Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Jean. Today we are going to continue with our Sizzix scoring board and trimmer series. I'm doing this, someone had asked me to show what this board can all do. I'm breaking it down and we're going to do one project at a time. So I did the boxes in part one. Part two is I'm showing you how to different ways you can decorate the boxes. I will have a playlisted just for the Sizzix scoring board so you can go through there. And then the part one of this video, I will list in the description for you guys so you can see part one, and I'll put the review video in the description too. We won't need the board because I already showed you how to make boxes in part one. So watch part one for the boxes. Instead of using the boxes that I made in part one, I decided to do all of the same color and style of box. And then we are going to decorate them so you can see different looks of the same box, so you can see how you want to decorate them. I did what they call their large size box, and you can go in, they have an app you can go into. So I did their large size box here. You can go into their app and you can design your own box if you need something special. I didn't touch on the app in part one because I didn't want to confuse all you new beginners and stuff like that, because this board can be a little confusing at first. That'll be a future video. We'll go over that app a little bit, but for now we're just taking the basic measurements that they have in the book. Make it easy. So watch part one for that. So we are going to do 4 quick, easy ways to decorate. You don't have to decorate. You can leave it just like this. I use a 110-pound cardstock when I make my boxes. If you use these printed paper, pattern paper, you don't have to do nothing at all to it if you don't want to. But I wanted to show you what it looked like just to use a few different decorations and decorate in different ways. My first one is very, very simple. I went to my Christmas bows, all my leftover Christmas bows, and I found this really pretty silver one. So we're going to put this on top. I like silver and blue together. I don't know about you guys, but I really like silver and blue together. I know this is more of a teal, but I think it's still pretty together. I'm going to put that right in the middle, okay? So now, in my ribbon, I had some silver ribbon like this that matches it pretty well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap the bottom box. We're going to wrap that bottom box. Where's my tape? And I'm just going to use some tape here. Just any double-sided tape. It's quicker than putting glue down. And you don't have to sit there and hold it. What we're going to do, but then you got to make sure it comes off, which is, always fun sometimes, is to get it to come away from the ribbon. Okay. So now I'm just going to kind of line this in the middle. There, as close to, I'm going to line it in the middle, and I'm going to wrap that around. And I'm going to put a little tape on the bottom side too, just to help hold it down. Like I said, you can use glue if you want. I just find that, first of all, the glue can show through your ribbon, and this is a see-through, and the tape doesn't show near as much. Okay, so let me make sure I still have this straight. Or, you know me, somewhat straight. I'm not perfect. You guys know that. It's handmade after all. Okay, then I'm going to take it up this side and cut off right about there. Grab another little piece. Just pull that off. I always get it on this other end instead. I don't know why. But it never wants to come off at that end. Okay, I'm going to bring it over and tape it in there. Okay, so now we will run another piece the opposite way. I just think this is like, a quick and easy way to decorate the boxes. What you can do is cut out a bunch of boxes, which I have a lid here. Get them to this point, the top and the bottom, and leave them in your stash flat like this. And then when you need a box, you could put a Post-it note on here what size box this makes afterwards. And then you can leave this in your stash, and when you need this comes out to a 2x2 inch box, I believe. No, 4x4, sorry. 2 inches tall. 4x4. So when you need a box like that, you just pull it out and then you finish putting it together. So you can do that, which I have done that in the past too. I use up so much of my stuff right now because, you know, it's past Christmas, and so I have to rebuild my stock because it's so much easier to have some on hand that you can use. I mean, I'm not one that likes to, you know, necessarily wrap. If I can get away with, you know, decorative boxes or bags, I'm going for that. And this is just another like little way, and this would make like an anniversary gift too. This is a really pretty, like your silver wedding anniversary or anything. You don't have to use this for, I mean, this, I didn't intend this for Christmas, but I just found this and I love that silver ribbon, and I thought I would show you guys how it looks. Okay, I think we're done with that ribbon. Now we need a little more piece of tape here. And pull that one. Almost didn't get that one that straight. Put the lid back on. Now, and you can do the same thing if you want with that one beforehand. I wasn't going to take the time to do that right now. I was just going to do one. But you could go ahead and do your top also. You don't have to do just the bottom. I'd do the top. But I'm not going to take the time to do that right now. So now you can see what that looks like. Okay, quick and easy. So you do the top the same way and then put your ribbon on. All right, there's one way. Another really, really quick and easy way is to go into your stash and take your flowers or whatever. So I have this flower I'm going to put on top. So look for all your embellishments. Look for flowers. Look for, you know, whatever you have for embellishments. So I will go ahead and tape this down just as well. And then I'm thinking how I want to do that because the glue is not going to dry very fast. Sometimes I'm better off using glue. I have my one tool upstairs. I should show you guys that tool. Okay. Put this on. And then I found these really cute. I think they matched pretty closely. These are plastic embellishments. I thought they matched really nice. I'm going to put one on each side. Let's see. We better just use tape for demonstration purposes because the glue will not dry on us right now. I think the tape will work. It might not work. Let's see, try to center that. Take that off so I can push it down. And I got 4 of them. I'm going to go all the way around the edges. You know, I even use little boxes like this to put cash in. Put a gift card in with a few candy treats. You know, you don't have to have like a gift card. There goes my thumb splitting. Can you see that? Oh, I don't understand in the winter. I don't know what goes on. They put me on a medication that, you know, they thought would help. Not doing any good. I've used everything on the market. I forgot what they said they thought it was. But I don't think it's doing any good. Let me tell you how painful those are. If you've had them, you know how painful they are, right? And I don't craft too, because I thought, well, maybe it was crafting I do, but I don't craft a lot at a time. You know, I take some time off in between projects because I thought that was what was going on. But nope, that's not. So how's that? Just another simple way It'd be a cute little bridal shower gift box. I wouldn't give this to a child with the plastic embellishments on. And you can hot glue those on. This tape, if you've used this tape, this brand, turn it so you can read it. And you can get this right off of just about any craft site. I love that brand. Okay, so there is two different looks. And with minimal, like I said, this is my Christmas ribbon. The other ribbon was ribbon I had on hand. Nothing special. These are all things I had in my stash. Now let's do, how about if we line it with paper? This one, all I'm going to do is I made a rosette. Now I made the rosette using this board, and I had the video will be coming out on that. So I made the rosette using this, and I have the video, part 1 of the video coming out, and then part 2 will be how we embellish, different ways to embellish your ribbon, your rosettes and stuff like that, and what you could do with rosettes. So I made one for the top of here. So we're going to put that on. I got tape there. We'll tape it. Normally I would glue these down because they'll stay. I mean, this is really sticky tape, but I would glue it down to make sure it's really secure, or sometimes I use a combination of glue and the sticky tape. But because we're on video and I keep turning my boxes, it's gonna slide. The glue is wet, it slides. So we're gonna use the tape for now. Then I went in my stash and I got this cute little, because I'm using, these are just scraps I had in my, this is made from the same, just scraps. That's all it is. Go look in your scraps. So this has a little flower pattern on. Found this flower that matches, and we're gonna put that right in the center. Adorable. And there's so much you can stamp on your boxes, of course. You can put stickers on your boxes. You can do whatever you want. I am trying to show you some different ways that you might not have thought of, how you can use, because everybody always asks me what I do with all the embellishments that I get off of like Temu and Shein and all those sites. Well, this is kind of what I do. I decorate. I'll add them on to my rosettes. I'll add them on to different projects, whether it's boxes, cards, albums. I'll do that. Now we're going to leave the bottom on this one plain. We are just going to run a border. I thought I was missing one. We are just going to run a little added touch here, and we're going to put this right down the middle. I don't always want to cover up my, box and everything. Here I'll use glue, because the glue and paper to paper will stick really well. But sometimes, embellishments don't always necessarily stick very well, right? If you use normal plastic. Okay, just get it straight. I want color right on each side. So we're going to just do that. Just buy your scraps. This was a scrap piece. This was 3, and like I said, I have a video with the rosettes and what size. They're 3 1.5 by 6 inch pieces, I believe it was, for this one. And rosettes don't be scared of rosettes. I was afraid of rosettes. I would not attempt rosettes for years. They kind of intimidated me. But then I did one. I finally broke down and did one, and they are really quite easy. They are very, very easy. You'll see that in the video how easy they are. So don't let that, and look what it does. I mean, look at that impact you get. That's very pretty. It's so pretty, so pretty. Yeah, I'm in one of those weird moods. I don't know, today I'm like, it's, well, we just got through a lovely snowstorm. I'm in Wisconsin, Wisconsin. Just got, it's like 2 degrees outside right now. You don't want to go outside. Literally, you do not want to go outside. You just got, my poor pups. My one pup loves the cold. She'll sit out in the rain. She'll do anything. The other one, not so much. So she'll go out there, do her business, and get back in. She's like, nope, no thank you. I don't blame her. Then that's all I'm going to do on this one, because I think that is, plenty. You hand this to somebody, and you don't have to, it's all wrapped, You hand this present to somebody, and they're going to think you really worked hard on it. Now in the app, you can put, like, if you want your box top to go all the way down, you add that into your app. So you want I think it's a 2-inch, because this is a 1-inch. I think you put in 2 inches and it'll bring it all the way down to the bottom. I like it this way. I like my cover to go about halfway down the box. And that's what their pattern is in the book. Isn't that pretty though? They can take this off. If you tape it on like that, or put a magnet on the back of it, and they can hang it on their fridge or whatever else. But if you tape it on, they could take it right back off, because I could pull that off if I wanted to pull that off, you know. There's 3 simple, but yet 3 different looks. Okay. Now, the last one is a little bit more time consuming, but I love this one too. So I already have the base made, okay? I have the top made. What we're gonna do is we're gonna make a shaker top on this one. All you do for a shaker is, and I'm making a simple shaker. You can make circles or whatever design you want into it, but I know I have a lot of beginner crafters, and I want to show you how you can do this without any tools. Now, most definitely, if you have metal dies, you can just die cut the middle out with any shape you have. Here's what I do, and this is what I did at the beginning. I didn't have fancy tools. I told you this before. Let me bring this down just a little bit, maybe. Okay, this is, I believe, a 2-inch square. Nope, 2.5. I lie. Actually, it's 2 3/4, 2 3/8. Okay. Decide what, you know, size you want. Not sure why I made it 2 3/8, but 2 inches would have been fine. So decide what size you want. Okay. And I'm gonna work. It doesn't matter, because this can be back or front. I need a pencil. We're gonna center this the best we can. Don't worry about it if it's not perfect. I'm gonna bring it up here. We are going to center it the best we can. It looks like down just a little. I don't fuss about it too much. I just kind of get it. That looks close enough to me. So I'm just going to hold it, and I'm going to trace around it. And I'm using a square because it's easier for you guys to cut a square without any tools. A circle takes a little bit more. Although, you know, I used to take glasses out of my cupboard and use that. Whatever I had. So now I'm just going to take any kind of blade and just going to do a big X, you know, and just kind of cut that in there. And sometimes I'll go down and do this all the way down, and then we're just going to cut all that out. Okay. So then we're just going to hand cut all that out. That's the long, tedious part, you know. Like I said, don't worry about if you're not perfect. Just get it the best you can. I'm not perfect. You guys should know that by now, right? You've seen my mistakes. I leave them in the video for you guys, you know. That's real life, isn't it? I'm sure you guys make mistakes when you're crafting at home by yourself. Let me tell you, if you've seen all my mistakes I've made since I started crafting years and many years ago, my crochet projects alone you'd laugh at. Okay, so now you have a center there. It's not bad. It's not perfect, but we don't care. Okay, so on the back side, you want the pencil side on the back. I have here it is. Piece of acetate. Yep. Can you see it? Yeah, kinda. It's there. You can see it. Not really, but there's my acetate. Anything. Wrappers off of some, products you buy. You don't have to buy acetate, just whatever. And I have a lot of scraps in my scrap drawer. I have an acetate scrap drawer. And I do keep the bubble wrap. What do they call bubble packaging? Whatever they call that. Okay, now I am going to put it right over. So with this, we're going to glue down. And I'm going to go like to the edge. And I made this bigger than the window because I don't want to take a chance. It's hard to see on acetate where you're gluing. Of gluing into my open window there, which I've done before. And then when you rub outwards, because if you're too close to your window, you don't want to rub inwards because you can spread the glue inwards. So I kind of spread outwards. Okay. Now. Okay, now we're going to throw some foam tape around. And I think I'll use 2 layers of this. And I don't like to go too close to the opening because if you're using white, you're going to be able to see it. So I'm going to bring it back a little bit. So let's see about how big do I want to go. Ugh. Sticky stuff. And I'm going to bring it back a little bit so then you can't quite see it in the window. A lot of times I use the same paper and I'll layer like 6 or 7 pieces together and then cut it to the size I need. I've done that in, I don't know, one of my videos I've showed you guys how I do that. You can use colored fun foam if you have it. I don't at this moment. I had some black left, but nothing that I wanted to use for this project. Okay. Well, I'm just going to keep going all the way around. I think I cut that too short. Of course I did. Oops. I gotta go back a little bit. But we'll fix that. Wouldn't be the first time. Cut a little piece. Stick it in there. You want to fill all the gaps. And you measure and you still cut wrong, right? This is Dollar Tree. This stuff is so sticky. This is from Dollar Tree though. You want foam that sticks. You just grab this stuff, let me tell you. Okay, I'm going to do 2 layers, so let's take another layer off. And then we're going to add a layer on top. Now, not everybody's going to do this, you know. I like a little something different in boxes once in a while. I am doing this, a shaker box, to show you you can make a shaker, guys. You can do it. Simple, simple. You know, I am not putting much effort into this one. Well, just getting the foam tape unstuck off of me is enough. Oh, come off. Goodness sakes. Okay, gosh. And then that one I cut too big, see? Either too small or too big. All right. I'm going to leave it right like that. Now, I have this is the piece that's going to go over it. This piece is 3 7/8. This is going to go in and it's going to hold the shaker bits inside, right? Well, I don't always like a plain background. Sometimes I'll either stamp something in there, or in this case, I have this leftover sticker from a paper pack. So we are going to do it. So what I like to do is I kind of put it on here like this. Kind of line it up. It doesn't have to be perfect. We just kind of, I want to kind of get the happy holidays in there. Can you see how I got this lined up? And then I'm going to flip it over. Oh my goodness. Try to center it there. I'm not going to cry if it's not perfect. Then I'm going to grab it. Because I can fix it if it's a little crooked. Looks pretty good. So that'll be a background piece. So like I said, you can stamp on there, like, you know, stamp a saying back there or a picture, or you can just leave it plain. Next thing I'm going to do, I want to see how I want to line this up, because I've got to have to line this up perfectly when I put the bits on it. Okay, so pretty much it's going to line up pretty much like that. We're not going to cry. Okay, I like to take the little tapes off before I put my shaker mix in. Okay. I can get a hold of these as usual. This Dollar Tree stuff, like, oh my gosh. Okay, so what am I looking for? Oh, my shaker mix. So I just got this blue mix from my stash. It's got some little snowflakes in there and some sprinkles and some gems and all that stuff. So I'm just gonna put that in there. Put as much or as little as you'd like. Got this bead. You make sure it'll fit in there. That bead's gonna be, these beads might be a little too big. Yep, so I'll take the beads out and put them back in afterwards. Just gonna set them aside here. And so you gotta make sure you check your mixes. This one has a little of everything in. Kind of spread them out a little bit. Like I said, you can make this full. I'm not gonna make it too full because I do have a picture background. Make sure, and I'm just gonna kind of spread it out a little bit. Make sure nothing's on top like that. Kind of single file here, people, single file. All right, looks good. Everybody down there. Okay, can you see what I have there? So it's all. So now what we're gonna try to do is, you know, I'm doing this on camera. It may not be perfectly straight. I'm gonna do my best to get it perfectly straight, but don't shoot me, okay? It may not be perfectly straight once I get it on here. Like, we do our best for you guys. I really do my best. Okay, make sure everything's clear, perfect. Now let's see. The test is how, because once you get it on, you're done. Hey, not bad. Woo! And then, like when the box is down, you can still see the picture back there. I like a lot of mix in mine, but you don't need that much mix. But I like a lot. Okay, if you're making that for a kid, they'll have fun with that. So, I have fun with it. So let's go ahead, and now we're just going to glue our sides together. Okay, and we're going to, I kind of like to lay it down so that I can make sure the top, you want the top as even as you can get it. Okay, hold for just a second. We're holding. Okay, usually this glue, I'm using Art Glitter Glue in extra bottle, my Sweet Petunia glue press. And I got the empty bottle, and I got my Art Glitter Glue inside that one. I like the Nouveau one, but I used it all up in testing and stuff like that. So I wanted to see how I liked it. Because I've never used the glue that comes with this before. I've never used that brand before. So let me line it up, and then I'll bring it down. Get that out of our way. Clear this off. Okay. So it's very, very easy. This is a quick, you know, I make, you know, all different shakers. Some of them are a little nicer than others. This is just a simple, if you've never ever done a shaker, you can do this. It's not much effort. No, I didn't have no cutting dies. I didn't have no special tools. And we got it done, guys, right? I'd take my time and be a little bit more neat, but, you know, we're on video. Okay. And let's see, I'm going to decorate, I think, this one. So I have, so this is matches. This is a Doodlebug Christmas Candy Cane Lane, maybe? Yep, Candy Cane Lane. So scraps I had left over, you know. So we're going to decorate the box too. So I have the snowflake we're going to put on the bottom. So we're going to do it the snowflake on the bottom. I love this kit. I love the colors in this kit. These are a bunch of scraps that I had left over. So I try to use as much scraps as I can. get rid of your scraps as much as you can. There's a lot you can do with scraps. So if you have a lot of scraps, I've showed you how to make cards with scraps. Check my videos, you know, by using your scraps. Now there comes a point where if it's too small, I don't keep it. But if I can cut it to an inch by inch square, I'll keep it. Now, you'll see me using this again in the video a little bit, the glue press, because they're back in stock right now at My Sweet Petunia. If I don't use it in my videos, that means they're sold out. I try not to use products that I'm not sponsored or nothing, but I try not, because I get a lot of questions about my tools and the stuff that I use. And I had a ton about this, and they were sold out. I stopped using it for a little while in my videos and just went back to my Sugar Bell bottle, which I like because it's an easy squeeze. Okay, so there's our bottom. Now on the top, I'm going to go around the edges with the polka dot. So I'm going to do this one along the edges on the top. So this one is, yes, this one takes a little bit more time, but this is like a little bit more fancy. You really want to make an impression on somebody, you know, or, you know, you just love doing decorating. And you can do this, what I'm doing right now, without making a shaker. You can just decorate the paper like this. And I just cut the strips. You cut the strips the way you need it, whatever size box you want. The strips I'm using for this one end up being 3 3/4 by 3/4. And then this is 3 3/4 by 1 5 11/16 actually. You cut it the way you want. If you don't like working with 8s and 16ths and stuff like that, make it to the next nearest size. Okay, where am I? So just keep that in mind. You may not, I'm showing you can use this on store-bought boxes. You can decorate plain store-bought boxes the same way. You don't have to make your boxes. You know, nowadays you get a lot of your boxes are white. You still get some that have scenes on them and stuff. So all you have to do is basically tape them and go. But you get a lot of plain white ones. Just if you don't like it, just decorate it. There is a lot you can do with your boxes. I am only showing you a few of the easy things to do. There's a lot more I could go into and a lot more complicated things I could show you to do with the boxes. But we're keeping it simple. I try to keep it simple. Sometimes I, you know, get a little bit more intricate, but I try to keep it simple for you guys. Okay, so here, don't worry about it. They might not be stuck perfectly on video. I don't have time to sit there and let things dry. Beautiful. Okay, now I'm going to get it back on. I'm trying not to hit the paper down below so that I can move this out of our way a little bit. You know, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Now you can go ahead and do things on the top too. Like you can add some embellishments on top. You know, I'm not going to do that. You know, I just wanted to show you how to make a shaker box. So you can add to the top. You can actually take your strips and go around here and stuff if you want to. You know, sometimes I don't like to put a lot of pattern on top when I have this in the middle. I might just put a couple embellishments like some snowflakes around. And stuff. It would all that's all I would do on this one because I don't want to take away from my shaker scene, you know. I know, I'll sit there and play with that. I'll push it all down so you can see the scene. There's a little penguin. He's a little upside down. There's that. So we have this cute little shaker one. We did one with just grab some flowers in your stash. Here's the one with the rosette. And the rosettes, they're so easy to make, especially when you're making a small size like this. And then here's one with just your pretty silver. Like I said, go ahead and put your ribbon along here too, which I probably should have, right? But you know, I wasn't thinking. Shall we do that? Oh, I hit that thumb again. Shall I just show you guys the right way or what? Let's go ahead and finish off our top. Since I didn't glue that bow down, we can do this. We can do it, guys. If the tape will come off. Okay, just gonna kind of see where we are. Here, I won't do it because the bow is gonna pin all that down, so I don't need to actually put any tape on the top part. So when you do that, keep that in mind because you're gonna be putting a bow right on top of that anyways. So you don't need to waste your tape or time or whatever you know. Come on. Getting it off of fabric sometimes is, don't cooperate. Come on. And when you have an injured thumb, it's not going to cooperate either. So we're going to do this. We're going to hope we have it centered here. We'll put it on the paper instead. I don't always like to do that because I'm not sure if I'm centered, you know, but we're going to just do that for you guys. And I'm still going to, come on. Why are you not coming off at all? Okay. So we're going to hope that I got that somewhat centered. And we did. Somewhat. Okay, let's put a piece in there. And another piece. Right about there. Find the end. Okay. Now, if you have like, you know, the wrapping paper ribbon, you know, that, I don't know what that's made out of, that comes, that's, the bow is kind of made out of, you know, use that. I didn't have any in silver. I had red and green and white, but I didn't have no silver. Now we're just going to put that back in the middle. Okay, so you can see a little bit more silver. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, there you go. I even matched. Look at that. It's matched. Oh, how good did I do? So see, look at how that changes your gift. And you don't have to do, you know, no wrapping. You know, you just throw a little bow on there like that and you're all set to go. So there you go. 4 different ways to decorate. I said the easiest way is if you have some stickers, of course. But I didn't want to show you that because that's too easy, right? Stickers is too easy. There you go. So get them all in the camera for you guys. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this part 2. The rosette one will be coming out in another, I don't know. It might be coming out before this one, I think. I forgot where I have it in the calendar right now. So the rosette will be coming out, and then we'll decorate the rosettes, and then we're going to do, I think, bags next on the board. Or bags or bows. I don't know which one I'm going to do next. We'll do one or the other. Okay, guys, as always, if you can please leave a comment and like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.